Could you do a one-watch collection? Of course not. That's just crazy talk, right? But man, if I had the willpower to do so, this would be my watch. The HÉRON Marinor, a 300-meter dive watch with a case and bracelet hardened to 1200 Vickers. It's got a high-beat automatic movement, absolutely beautiful dial and crystal, and it's a crowd-pleasing 39 millimeters. Welcome to the channel. I'm Whit, and I love to show you a wide variety of watches. Today, a beautiful 300-meter diver from HÉRON Watches. This is in the Sea Storm Black, reference number 3003-A. It's inspired by dive watches of the 50s and all things seafaring. You've got that North Star at the 12 o'clock marker and a crown signed with a wooden helm. Let me share all the facts and figures with you, and then I'll get into my likes and dislikes on this HÉRON Marinor. The diameter is 39 millimeters. You've got a lug-to-lug of 47 millimeters, 20 millimeter lug width, and the bracelet tapers down to 16 millimeters at the clasp. It's got a total thickness of 12.9 millimeters when you include that boxed sapphire crystal, and it weighs just 143 grams on the supplied bracelet, as sized for my 8-inch wrist, removing just one link. This is a 316L stainless steel case and bracelet, completely brushed with the exception of that sliver of chamfer on the case, and both the case and bracelet have been hardened to 1200 Vickers, and it really works on scratch resistance. More on that in the likes section. There's a boxed sapphire crystal with blue anti-reflective coating on the underside, a domed sapphire bezel insert, and it's a 120 click unidirectional. There's BGW9 Swiss Superluminova on the dial and bezel insert. It's got a screw-down crown embossed with a wooden helm, and it is protected by crown guards. Say hello to Captain. There's a screw-down case back as well with all your specs around the outside edge, 300 meters of water resistance. There's a flat link diver bracelet with screw pins for size adjustment. It's got quick release spring bars, a fully milled clasp with engraved logo, twin button release, and it's got 5 positions of toolless micro adjust on the inside of the clasp. The Marinor's running a high beat automatic movement, the Miyota 9039. It's got 24 joules, beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour or 4 hertz, has about a 42-hour power reserve. This is a true no date movement, so there's no ghost position on the crown. It features hacking seconds, it's got an automatic and hand winding, and has a stated accuracy of about -10 to +30 seconds per day. I hand timed this watch over 23 days, both wearing and non-wearing, and it came in at +5.4 seconds per day. Time to give you my likes and dislikes. I'll start with the bad news first, but it is not much. I mean, that is one of the reasons why I said that this could be one of those one-watch collections for me. I mean, I'm cracking hairs to find problems with this watch. But one of the things is that the hour hand is slow to spot in darkness. That lume is just on that arrow portion of the handset, and again, it just kind of appears small, at least with my older eyes, and I do wear glasses. But yeah, that is one downside that I noticed. It was just kind of hard to spot quickly, but I will take the design over function on this one. I think that handset just looks beautiful. And you could probably argue that it's hard to see in the daytime as well, but I think more times than not, light hits it and the reflection gives you that added legibility. And then while trying to find things wrong with this watch, I noticed that the 12 o'clock marker, that North Star, is just a hair out of alignment with the chapter ring and the beak of the bird on that logo. But I mean, we're splitting atoms here. I mean, this is just really, like I said, trying to find things wrong with it. Now, in lieu of not finding many flaws, I will add that opinion-wise, I'd love to see another version of this available in a larger size, and I'd like a date option as well at the 6 o'clock spot. I don't want to change anything about this watch, but I think that that'd be cool to have a couple of different versions like that. Now let me give you my likes, and there are a ton of them. I mean, just the overall design cues, the case, the dial, the bezel and crystal, this bracelet. Let me get into it. This case has that vintage diver or even skin diver vibe to it, and completely brushed gives it that tool watch look. And the flat link bracelet is one of my favorite styles, and this is one of the smoothest, silkiest flat links I've experienced. It's very fluid and has great articulation. It's got the quick release spring bars and the toolless micro adjust. This is everything we want in a nice diver's bracelet. And the hardness coating to 1200 Vickers is no joke. I've handled some watches in the past with the hardness coating and haven't really noticed much of a difference. But this one, I can say, is completely scratch-free. I mean, even look at the clasps. So this watch has been reviewed by about 5 or 6 reviewers ahead of me, and even had about 1,500 people trying it on and touching it at a watch show as well. And there's not a single scratch, even that normal, desk diver scratches that we all get, right? That appear out of nowhere. There is nothing here. The bracelet looks brand new, and there's not a scratch on the case either. I mean, this works. One thing that could be a downside with it to some, though, is a little bit of a darker color. It kind of has a little titanium look to it. I think it's somewhere between a shiny stainless steel and a more gray titanium look. But what I really like is kind of that dark shadow between the links. And speaking of scratch resistance, this boxed sapphire crystal is high quality and super clear. And that blue anti-reflective coating is a favorite of mine regardless of dial color. I just think it adds a really cool dynamic to crystal distortions and the like. And speaking of the dial, this fumé application is absolutely beautiful, moving from a dark black around the outside edge to more of a gray towards the pinion. This really does translate well to the name of this color, Sea Storm Black. And since it falls along the lines of a black dial, it looks great on so many straps, as you've seen throughout this video. And the HÉRON hybrid sailcloth strap is top notch. It's sold separately, but if you want to see what the Marinor will look like on various straps and colors that they offer, the interactive feature on their website is amazing. Okay, now for the availability. So these often sell out shortly after a new batch is stocked. So you may see a pre-order opportunity for the next shipment if they're currently out of stock. These run $620 US with free shipping and a 2-year warranty. The one watch collection, could you do it? Man, if I could, this might be the one. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. And if you got time, check out a couple of these videos. I'll catch you over there. I'm Whit with so many watches, so little time. And money.